Today we are going to discuss one of the important postulates of quantum mechanics, namely the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. The uncertainty principle was stated by Werner Heisenberg in 1927 and is a fundamental postulate of quantum mechanics. It introduces completely new ideas about the measurement of the physical quantities. The statement of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle can be stated as follows. One cannot measure x coordinate and corresponding, one cannot measure, or it is impossible to measure position coordinate and its corresponding momentum simultaneously with arbitrary accuracy. Or one cannot measure position coordinate and corresponding momentum simultaneously with unlimited accuracy. So if delta x is uncertainty in the measurement of position, delta x is the uncertainty in the measurement of position or x coordinate, and delta px is the uncertainty in the measurement of x momentum or x component of momentum, then uncertainty principle says that this particular product or these uncertainties cannot be made zero, and the product of uncertainties is always greater than or equal to Planck's constant. This is for x position and x momentum. For y position and y momentum, we have delta y, delta py greater than or equal to h. Delta z, z position, z momentum, this particular product is always greater than h. So this implies that if one tries to measure position coordinate more and more accurately, for example, we are measuring x position and x momentum, if one tries to measure position coordinate more and more accurately by making the error, uncertainty means error, by making uncertainty in x position 0, then x momentum becomes more and more uncertain. If one tries to measure x position more and more accurately by making delta x 0, then momentum, uncertainty in the x momentum becomes more and more uncertain. So, in other words, this says that one cannot measure x position and x momentum with unlimited accuracy or as accurately as one wishes. If one is measured more and more accurately, the another becomes more and more uncertain. So earlier it was believed that you can measure position and corresponding momentum with unlimited accuracy and simultaneously, at least in principle, but this particular principle says that it is not possible to measure x position and x momentum simultaneously with unlimited accuracy. The precise expressions for uncertainty principle are delta x, delta px is greater than or equal to h cross by 2, more precise expression. This particular product of uncertainties is always greater than or equal to h cross by 2. Similarly, y position, y momentum, uncertainty in y position, y momentum is greater than or equal to h cross by 2. Similarly, uncertainty in z position and z momentum is greater than or equal to h cross by 2. The next thing which we are going to discuss is we want to establish this particular relation. Remember, this particular relationship cannot be proved in a laboratory. This can be established by means of an experiment which is called as a thought experiment. So we will consider a simple thought experiment to establish this particular relationship. A thought experiment is one which is true in principle but may not be in a practice. It is many times this particular experiment cannot be performed in a laboratory, but at the various stages of the experiment no physical principles are violated. So many times it will not be possible to perform this experiment in a laboratory, but there is no violation of the physical principles at any stage of the experiment. This is called as a thought experiment. In brief, the experiment which is true in principle but may not be in a practice, and there is no violation of physical principles at any stage of the experiment. For example, example of a thought experiment is, suppose we have a very weak intensity bulb. The intensity of the bulb is so weak that it emits just one photon at a time. We don't have such a weak intensity bulb in a practice, but there is no violation of physical principle in imagining such a thing. Okay, although we do not have such a bulb in practice, but there is no violation of physical principle. So first such a thought experiment to establish this particular relationship or this uncertainty principle is gamma ray microscope. It is also called as Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Heisenberg's gamma ray microscope. Heisenberg's gamma ray microscope. I will come to the fact that why is called as a gamma ray microscope little later. So in this experiment, what we want to do is we want to measure the position of an electron which is held under microscope. So let us assume that an electron is located under the aperture of a microscope. In order to see that electron, it must be illuminated by light. So let us illuminate it by very weak intensity bulb, so that the electron will not be lost due to large momentum transfer. If you use ordinary bulb, then because of large momentum transfer, the electron will fly away, and therefore we are using a very weak intensity bulb to illuminate this particular electron. The bulb is so weak that it emits just one photon at a time, and this particular electron is held under this microscope. So this is microscope and this is aperture of this particular microscope. This half angle is denoted by theta, and somewhere here electron is kept. A photon having momentum p comes from a very weak intensity bulb, strikes on the electron. Electron being heavier than a photon, it shakes this particular electron little bit, and what happens is this particular photon gets scattered within the cone of the microscope. In case of and this particular scattered photon then finally enters into eye of an observer, and only then observer says that electron is seen. Electron is held under the aperture of the microscope. A photon comes from a weak intensity bulb, strikes on electron, shakes electron little bit and gets itself scattered within the cone of the microscope and finally enters into the eye of an observer, and observer then says that the electron is seen. Okay. In case of microscope, we define a quantity which is called as resolving power. Okay. Resolving power is minimum distance between two objects. It is minimum distance between two objects so that they are distinctly observed. So if the distance between two objects is smaller than resolving power of microscope, then you cannot distinguish between these two objects. In other words, if you have a single object, then its position, x position, delta x, is uncertain by an amount equal to resolving power. If you have single object, then its position is uncertain by an amount equal to resolving power. We know that resolving power is given by lambda upon sine theta. Lambda upon sine theta, where lambda is wavelength associated with incident photon and theta is half angle of the microscope. Half angle of the microscope. And then electron, which is incident on this particular electron, let us assume that it has momentum p, and when gets scattered into the cone of the momentum, some of the momentum is transferred to the electron, and then the momentum of scattered photon is p prime. Momentum of scattered photon is p prime. Obviously, this p prime is smaller than p because some of the momentum is given to the electron in the scattering. Within the cone, this particular scattered photon may come along two directions. So let us look at this particular diagram. If this is center, if it comes in this direction, say OA1 in this direction, then the x component of momentum will have value p prime sine theta. This will have value p prime sine theta if it comes along OA1 to the right hand side. And then within the cone, if it comes along this direction, say OA2, then it has momentum minus p prime sine theta. Minus p prime sine theta. So a scattered photon which is scattered from the electron within the cone of the microscope may have total momentum within the range p prime sine theta minus p prime sine theta. So total x momentum of scattered photon is p prime sine theta minus p prime sine theta is equal to 2p prime sine theta. 2p prime sine theta. So this is the maximum uncertainty that can occur in the x component of momentum. Hope you might have understood this particular geometry. So this line is this thing, sine theta is front side divided by hypotenuse, and therefore this side is p prime, this is p prime, this is p prime, and therefore this is p prime sine theta, either this or this. Similarly, on the left hand side you have negative momentum, but uncertainty means error, and when we say error we consider only magnitude, and therefore doesn't matter whether you subtract minus p prime sine theta from p prime sine theta or subtract this from minus p prime sine theta. Finally we have to consider magnitude of the uncertainty or error, and the total uncertainty in the x momentum, or the total momentum of the scattered photon will be in this particular range, p prime sine theta to minus p prime sine theta. Let me tell you that the momentum transferred to electron being very small, we will assume that the momentum is very small, therefore p equal to p prime, and momentum lost by photon is momentum gained by electron. Momentum lost by photon is momentum gained by electron, and therefore uncertainty in the position, uncertainty in the x momentum of an electron, delta px of an electron is equal to uncertainty electron is uncertainty in the x momentum of photon, x momentum of photon, and therefore I am writing that uncertainty in the x momentum, uncertainty in the x momentum of electron delta px is equal to 2p prime sine theta, 2p prime sine theta. Let us assume that a very small amount of momentum has been transferred to the electron in the scattering, and therefore p prime equal to p, and therefore uncertainty in the x momentum of electron is 2p sine theta. In obtaining approximate results, we always neglect factors from 1 to 10 appearing in the numerator and denominator, and therefore uncertainty in the x momentum of electron is nearly equal to p sine theta. This is our equation number 2. What was our equation number 1? Our equation number 1 was uncertainty in the measurement of x position was lambda upon sine theta. So what I want to do now is I will take product of equation 1 and 2, so that I will get product of uncertainties delta x delta px equal to lambda upon sine theta multiplied by p sine theta. Sine theta gets cancelled, and what I am getting is lambda p, where lambda is wavelength associated with photon and p is momentum of the photon. Now this product of uncertainties delta x delta p px, product of uncertainties delta x delta px is equal to lambda p. But from wave particle, from de Broglie's relation, lambda is h upon p, and therefore delta x delta p x equal to h upon p multiplied by p. Pp gets cancelled, and this is equal to h. So product of uncertainties is delta x delta ph equal to h. So this is the product of uncertainties, which is equal to Planck's constant when the uncertainties are minimum. When the uncertainties in position as well as momentum, they are minimum, then the product comes out to be equal to Planck's constant. In actual practice or in the actual experiment, there are several sources of errors, such as personal error of judgment, instrumental errors, and so on, which will contribute in increasing the error in delta x as well as delta px, and therefore this particular product, when you take into account all possible errors, then this comes out to be greater than Planck's constant h. So in this way we have established this uncertainty principle from a simple thought experiment, namely Heisenberg's gamma ray microscope. This is called as gamma ray microscope because to illuminate light we have used a photon, and photon is a neutral particle, and hence the name gamma ray is given. Similarly, for other positions and corresponding momenta, the relations will become delta y delta py greater than or equal to H, delta Z, delta PZ greater than or equal to H. So this is the way we can establish the uncertainty principle, not in a laboratory on a page of paper where there will not be any violation of physical laws or physical principles. Next time we will discuss another thought experiment in order to establish this particular relationship. So today we will stop here.